Hello and welcome to Lord of the Rings Realms in Exile. Today we are going to be playing as Saruman the White, but before we begin, I just want to say that I am playing on the open beta version of the mod. I will leave a link to both the normal and the beta version in the description below. Now that's all done and said with, let's jump straight in. So we are playing in the Horse and the Rider bookmark. Upon the windswept green plains of ancient Calenardon, a vital phase of the great battle is set to begin. In Isengard, Saruman the White contemplates a momentous decision, which shall bind his name in glory or infamy. Shall he lead Middle-earth into a new order, or will he become a footnote in the great story of this age? In Golden Meduseld, Theoden King, Lord of the Riddermark, sits upon the throne of his forefathers, and he seems to the world whole and hale, but a shadow is upon the king, awaiting its hour, and the borders of his kingdom are pressed by foes unexpected. Shall the Rohirrim rise to meet the great challenge of the age, and blow their horns in defiance at the coming darkness? Or will Sauron and his horde of Uruk-hai bring ruin to the Rohirrim and Middle-earth? We will see. Of course, I'm going to be doing a bad playthrough. I've done a lot of good playthroughs this year, so I'm going to wrap it up playing the more evil one. So let's go ahead and click on Saruman here. We got a little bit of an introduction, which we'll read as well. Saruman is an emissary of the Valar to Middle-earth. He is great among the wise, chief of the Order of the Istari, and head of the White Council. A greater length of this time in Middle-earth has been in the east, travelling the lands of Rhûn and beyond, even to Mordor, whilst Gondor kept watch over it. In 2463, the White Council was formed in response to the growing threat of Sauron's return. He spent years in Minas Tirith, studying in its libraries and examining its ancient archives, before offering his service to the steward of Minas Tirith as keeper of Isengard. In secret, Saruman seeks the One Ring and starts the new millennium with a choice before him. Now, of course, the One Ring is not yet in the mod, but we are going to try and find it nonetheless. So before we jump in, let's just check the game rules. I'm going to stick everything on default. We're not going to play on Iron Man, but I will play as if Iron Man mode is on, just like normal. What's this? I think I keep everything the same. The only thing I want to change is let's change colonization to weighted. Are there any new settings in here? Because it has been a while since I played. I think it's all the same. I think it's fine. Conqueror frequency. Yeah, I have no idea about this stuff. We're going to explore all of this. I just want to change my normal stuff. Where's this? So the Black Death, it can spawn. Plague frequency, we're not Doomsday. We're going to put that to very rare. Legend cost is going to be on very low because I think legends are still too expensive. I don't know if they changed it or not. But we're going to do this anyway. And then there's one more thing. I think it's random harm is set to safe by default. Very nice. Is there anything else in here? Maybe towards the bottom. This is all realm settings as well. I think we'll keep it. We'll keep it. We'll see what happens. Let's go ahead and apply the settings. If you want to play along, those are the exact ones I'm using. And let's go ahead and begin our new playthrough. And here we are, back for another playthrough in Crusader Kings 3. Now, I do believe we will get some flavor events, so I just want to quickly unpause before we check up on our culture and stuff like this. So, the Lord of Isengard. The great iron fortress of Isengard has long guarded the southern flank of the Misty Mountains. The great spire of Orthanc rising from its heart, keeping watch over the surrounding valley and the fords of Isen beyond. This great tower was fashioned by builders of the lost realm of Númenor, yet it seems not to be made of the craft of men, but riven from the bones of the earth in the ancient torment of the hills. It was at the crowning of King Friolaf of the Riddermark that I appeared. Following the death of Helm Hammerhand and his sons at the hand of Wulf and his Dune lendings, I brought gifts and sang great praise of the valor of the Rohirrim, quickly earning the love of the new king. Seeking greater security against Dune-lending raids, the king convinced the ruling steward of Gondor to grant me the keys to the abandoned Tower of Orthanc, to act as a warden over the western borderlands and a representative of the steward. And so I have remained for the last 240 years, but little do they know of my hidden ambitions deep down. I think we also get a few more flavor events as well. Yeah, there we go. So we also have the search for the one. Since taking residence in Isengard, I have uncovered many of its secrets, the greatest prize of all being the All-Thank Stone, one of the 7 Palantir of Numenor. This ancient seeing stone has been invaluable in my hunt for the one ring that I so desire, and I have learned much of the world as it was, as it is, and as it could be. Long have I sought for one ring, for only with its power could any hope to compete with the Dark Lord Sauron, and only I have the wit and power to wield it, and yet, while I have managed to keep this hidden from the White Council, my activity has not gone unnoticed by the Eye in the East. Since retrieving another stone from Minas Ithil, Sauron disrupts any attempts to use the Palantir, his very essence filling my mind with an insatiable lust for power. The Palantir remains my best chance to find the one, yet I doubt I can even evade Sauron's notice for much longer, and thus I must make a decision. Do I find the one ring, or do I toss away the Palantir and give up my pursuit of power? That doesn't sound like me at all. I must find the one ring and bring order to Middle-earth. So I will once more risk seeking the presence of the ring with the All-Thank Stone. It is a risk worth taking. Power does not come free. In the darkness of my throne room, the black cloth is lifted, and I reach out towards the crystal ball and command it to show me the one ring. It respects my power and sweeps over the site of the disaster of the Gladden Fields. What's this? See, this is what I love about all of the big conversion mods, is they add so much flavor text. We can learn about this stuff. And this will be a slower playthrough as well, so we're going to learn. We're going to read everything. So the disaster of the Gladden Fields, also referred to as the Battle of the Gladden Fields, was an ambush on Isildur and his personal guard at the beginning of the Third Age. Oh, is that what we saw? At the beginning of the movies, there's always that little speech, right? And he gets shot and he falls in the river. I think this is that. Isildur and his retinue were returning to Rivendell to retrieve his youngest son and wife, traveling up Anduin to the High Pass. Yeah, that's the river. Deeming the servants of the enemy destroyed, no guard was set, and in the night a great host of orcs descended upon the Dunedain's camp, many times their number, with night and surprise on their side. The Dunedain fought ferociously, but the battle was ill, and a doom seemed upon them. Isildur bit his squire Ottar to escape with the shards of Narsil, which he did. Then Elendil perceived the battle was lost, and bid his father to survive and flee, alone knowing he held the one save Elrond and Círdan. Isildur bitterly repented his folly and begged his son's forgiveness, then fled. Oh, I don't think it is the same scene, by the way. I think this is a different scene, maybe. Isildur made it a great distance, concealed by the power of the one, abandoning his regalia and armaments. He tried to cross to Anduin, but there was betrayed by the ring, which slipped from his finger into the depths of the great river. Then the orcs fell upon him, and Isildur was slain. Ah, okay. See, I love this flavor text. I can slowly learn about the lore without having to read... I mean, I'm going to read all of the books, but it's time, guys. It's going to take a while. So very cool. So a vision of wild marshlands appears where I have searched ceaselessly to discover the ring. It is not there. I search further and am directed over Mirkwood to the Sea of Rune, where I observe the people of those lands, but someone else is watching. He has found me. I perceive the form of a great eye, lidless and wreathed in flame. Within his fortress of Barad-dûr, the Dark Lord sees me. His reaching flames pierce through the Palantir and grasp me, seeking to infiltrate my mind and learn my designs. As the stone shows me Sauron's utter conquest of the East and the South, I realize that he does not yet know of my search for the One Ring. I must deceive him, feigning allegiance, or match his will and fight for control of the Palantir. So I can pledge my allegiance to him, which I deceive him and I continue my search for the One Ring. Or I can fight against Sauron and probably lose. Of course, we're going to do what Saruman did in the movies and presumably also the books. I still haven't fully read Lord of the Rings yet, so I don't want to say that. So we pledge allegiance to Sauron. We get the Kingdom of Isengard. I adopt the Fallen Istari culture, which we'll read up soon, and I convert to the cult of the Lidless Eye, which we will also read soon. And our faith changes to, and Sauron gains opinion on me. Saruman pledges allegiance to you, oh Dark Lord Sauron. And that I will. Plus 53 opinion. Okay, he doesn't absolutely hate me anymore. And just like that, I now have a kingdom title. I am the Overlord of Isengard. And soon we must start mustering an army. As Overlord, you have new duties and responsibilities. You will now be expected to regularly hold court. Right, let them see their new Overlord. Sadly, we still don't have a 3D model for Isengard. Oh, could you imagine how insane that would be if they ever add that? Oh, that would be crazy. But I know a lot of effort goes into this stuff. I'm not going to get my hopes up because they're working on so much already, guys. We got to be patient, okay? So let's go ahead and hang up our dynasty banners. We'll get some bonuses there. And I should also have the Palantir, right? We have the Palantir of Ulfang, one of the 7 seeing stones brought to Middle-earth by Elendil and his sons, originally created by Fëanor of the Noldor. They were gifted to Númenor by the elves. Most of the stones were linked with each other and could be used to communicate over vast distances. They could also be used to witness events happening far away. They therefore provided great advantages to their owners, albeit at a great risk if one was held by a powerful enemy. The exiles of Númenor built the Tower of Ulfang on what were then the northern borders of the Kingdom of Gondor and placed the Palantir in an inviolable fortress, which now I control. And it does have its own 3D model. Look how cool that is. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Also, I think we have notification filters now, which we'll look. So I got a barracks constructed. I got a hunter's armory. Well, pause the game. Pause the game. I've also got grain stores as well. We'll look at all of this soon. Before we do that, though, what is in my inventory? So we have the Staff of Saruman. That's going to give us diplomacy, prestige, initial personal scheme success chance plus 15%. Oh, yeah, schemes changed as well, of course. The Staff of Saruman the White, first of the Istari and leader of the White Council, this long, sleek black staff is topped by an orb and helps the wizard to channel his powers. We have that equipped, let's keep that. And then we also have the Ring of Saruman as well. That's going to give us prestige and hostile scheme success chance too. The Rings of Power were crafted during the Second Age by the Elves of Eregion under Anatar's guidance. Surely Saruman of the Istari, student of Allah, is of no lesser skill than Sauron. Proof is that he, for the first time in the Third Age, has forged a new Ring of Power. Oh, so this is not one of the original rings? Oh, that's cool. I never knew of this. See, this is why I love reading all the flavor text. Oh, that's really badass. Right. We're already 13 minutes in. Shall we take a look at Saruman himself? Oh, we have the cool custom art as well. Man, I love this mod. That's why I keep coming back to it. We'll zoom in a bit as well. Take a look at Isengard on the map. Oh man, it's cool. So we are 21,000 years of age. We can speak Westron, Sindarin, Quenya, Rohirric, and Gwafulake? I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of Orcish or something? No idea. We can learn 9 languages though, which is absolutely crazy. We have really good diplomacy, really good learning, okay prowess. We are just, so Saruman has a strong sense of justice. We might go against that a little bit. We are ambitious though. Saruman knows what he wants and he is not afraid to try and get it. And we are arrogant. Saruman has no problem with his sense of worth. We are also a great eminence, a mastermind philosopher, a scholar, whole of body. We are a smith. Oh yeah, that's something in Lord of the Rings, Realms in Exile. I forgot about this. We are a pipeweed smoker. Saruman greatly enjoys smoking in their free time and takes life a bit less seriously as a result. Oh, I remember the deleted scene from the movies where, is it Merry and Pippin are smoking his stock of pipeweed. I think it's a deleted scene, but it's in the extended versions. We are an experienced traveler, and then we are also an Istari. This character is one of the Istari, granting them immense magical power and wisdom. We have converted culture though, so we are now a fallen Istari, which I don't think has any flavor text. Those among the wizards who have fallen under the sway of the darkness. Okay, fair enough. And what does that give us? So we are quarrelsome. We have a conquest casus belli against neighboring rulers. All casus bellis that require a specific level of fame require 1 less, and casus bellis are 20% cheaper. Very nice. That's going to come in useful. We also have battlefield looters, so we gain gold from battles. And prestige and fame from battles is reduced for... Okay, so we get more gold but less prestige. And we get more army loot capacity. We have Spartan, so we lose more prestige as well. Court grandeur is down, but castle buildings and holdings are cheaper to construct. And then we have by the sword, no limit to the number of kingdom level holy wars. Holy crap. Pun wasn't intended, by the way. We could do unlimited kingdom holy wars? That's insane. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. And then we also follow the cult of the lidless eye. Concealed within his fortress, the Lord of Mordor sees all. His gaze pierces cloud, shadow, earth, and flesh. An eye, lidless, wreathed in flame, a god upon Middle-earth. All shall revere him, Sauron, the great lord of the earth. The official state religion of Sauron's empire, the cult of the lidless eye, goes by many names, but all its variants revolve around submission and acknowledgement of the divine authority of Sauron, the lord of the earth. His sacraments are administered through sorcerer priests trained in the Molugor arts, and the high priest is the steward of Barad-dûr, the mouth of Sauron. All the very cool stuff, right. And we have reprieve from wildman adventures until 3040. So for 40 years we won't get attacked by landless wildman adventures. Oh, I do remember that. Anyway, let's get started. I think we've read most of the flavor stuff. We have some renown. And I think the only one that makes sense here, because we don't have a special one, is probably warfare. So House of Warriors gives us prowess and knight effectiveness. Yes, please. Generational belligerence gives us pursuit efficiency. Retreatment losses is reduced. And Casus Bellis are cheaper again. Very nice. Squire traditions, monthly martial lifestyle experience is up. Dynasty members. We're not going to have any dynasty members. I don't think we can even have children. Inherited tactics, that's going to give us men-at-arms counter efficiency and a little bit of advantage. And then let's get private army, so max number of men-at-arms regiments +1. And we can also recruit the house guard, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to keep my army solely consisted of orcs and the Uruk-hai. I think that's the flavorable thing to do. Right. No player air, that's going to always pop up. I will go into martial first. Let's get some advantage going. We're going to go down probably... gallant is nice. I mean, we're going to want gallant and strategist for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And I have some empty council positions. Right. What's this? Ravage the land. Possible side effects. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. I can change the culture. Oh, so instead of convert culture, it's ravage the land. How do I do this? So our faith has converted, while our culture has not. Okay. The culture is Isengard. And if I do this, the culture would convert to Uruk-hai. But it also says Uruk-hai. I mean, okay, I think that's what I want though, right? County development would be reduced by half, though. How long would that take you? 31 years. Okay, but you're not a very good steward. I do need a much better steward. We don't have any. Okay, for now, let's just put you on collect taxes then. I don't even have a marshal, because you're my chancellor. Do I even have a lawmaster? No, I have absolutely no one. Can you guys... Let's see. Can you guys at least marry off? Like, they're all going to leave. I mean, we're going to get orcs soon anyway, so let's just leave it for a moment. Because if we go to, let's say, accolades and make a title. Yeah, these guys, I want Uruk-hai, I want orcs, so we're probably going to have to pause and wait for events. What about this? Yeah, this, okay, we have barracks. And that does say Uruk pits. We have hunter's armory. We got livestock pens. We got grain stores. I can build a duchy building in here. Ooh, this is new. Snagger Warrens, where Uruks hone their aim, and Snagger learn to run. Oh, it doesn't give me... Oh, Men-at-Arms maintenance down is good, though. But I probably want, like, something maybe like slaughterhouses for tax. Men-at-Arms maintenance minus 25% is huge. We'll see. Right. For now, though, I'm going to unpause. Hopefully we get a few more events. And we can begin our conquering of Middle-earth. How long before I get the events? Do we have any special decisions? I can invite the Dunlendings to Isengard. I can't do that right now, but let's do this. I can rally the Uruk-hai. Have some of the common orcs equipped and trained for war. They will be ready after a year. I get 778 orcs in Isengard. And I get heavy infantry damage plus 10% for a year. Okay, I'll keep it on. We're getting stuff as well. Train Uruk-hai crossbowmen. Maybe... Let's wait, because I think we get special events. Saruman of many colors. Your new robe seems white, but that is not so. They are woven of all colors, and as you move, they shimmer and change hue. So I get the new nickname, Saruman of many colors. I gain prestige. And I get this for 20 years, gets development growth and popular opinion. I mean, maybe we do this at some point. We'll see. And then everything else is just the regular stuff. We can also indulge in pipeweed as well. We have new holy orders. Very nice, very nice. Right, I think you can also change notification filters. So if we start getting annoyed by certain notifications, we can turn them off. There we go. The first command of Sauron has just arrived in Isengard. Build me an army worthy of Mordor. Sauron has issued his first command, bidding me to prepare forces which to assail Gondor and Rohan from the west, while he shall do so from the east. To that end, he has dispatched some orcs in secret under their captain, Gazmog. Gazmog, I think that's based off of one of the orcs in the movies, right? I like how they base their characters off the movies. That looks really cool. To provide me with cunning minds bearing smithing and warcraft to aid me in my efforts. With Gazmog, too, have come many of the orcs of the mountains, furtive but brutal types, out of the dark of Moria and the caves of the Misty Mountains. These will make fitting raiders and scouts, but they will not be nearly enough to bring the Horse Lords to heal, much less ancient Gondor. More shall be needed. In Olifank I sit, biding my time and contemplating my next act, even as the goblins and orcs begin to carve out the great furnaces underground, beneath the placid image of the Ring of Isengard. Long have the Dunlendings feuded with the Rohirrim, and the army loyal wholly to myself would be wise. We have work to do. So, I unlock decisions to influence the Dunlendings and to create my own army of orcs. I get an army of 1,000 orcs in Isengard, and Gazmog joins my court. I guess you could be a marshal, we'll see. We have work to do either way. So what is that like? So we have orc warriors and orc rabble. I mean, it's better than nothing. We have some orcs, that's good. Did any more orcs join? Yeah, we have Ambal. Who am I looking for here? I don't think he's here yet. I forget his name. He will be here soon. Don't you worry, guys. Right. I'm going to... I will appoint you as my marshal for now. Actually, no. Gazmog, I changed my mind. You're going to become my lawmaster. How about that? Yes. And then we'll get more orcs. It's just a matter of patience. So, unlocks decisions. Oh, we got more stuff now. So we can recruit Misty Mountain orcs. For orcs of the Misty Mountains are hardy and rugged, the majority making their homes in the many fallen dwarven holds along the spine of the mountain chain. While these orcs do not owe allegiance to any dark power, the more opportunist among their number could be convinced to fight for me. With gold and promises of loot and slaughter, we get 2,000 orcs. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. It costs 200 gold though. I want to do it, but we're probably going to spend our gold on buildings. I can bring industry to Isengard. Isengard cannot possibly support my grand ambitions in its current state. I must begin to build an industrial center behind its walls. So after a few years, the encampment of Isengard gains workshops of Isengard. Gives us more garrison. Buildings are quicker to build. They're cheaper. We get more taxes, more development growth. And the holding of Isengard gets the pits of Isengard. 2.5 gold. Oh, yes. Right, let's do that straight away. Because it's going to take a few years anyway. I should survey my lands. And we get another pop-up. The Gardens of Isengard. I wander through the Gardens of Isengard in the light of the early evening. The gardens are vast, stretching from Orthanc to the very perimeter walls, forming the Ring of Isengard. Barely changed since the departure of the men of Numenor. Long have I tended its orchids and flower beds since taking residence here. And yet, what has all this natural beauty brought me? Nothing but time squandered. Looking across the wide lawns, I now see the great potential that I was once blind to. I have sent the command to put my local subjects at disposal of the orcs sent to me by Dark Lord Sauron, and set them to work. They toil under night, despoiling the Númenórean gardens, and tearing down its trees. Gazmog approaches me with his daily update.
The trees are strong, my lord. Their roots go deep.
Whoa, rip them all down. The orcs sent by Sauron will begin felling trees and digging pits in the ring of Isengard. Hopefully there's no angry Ents waiting for me in the future. I streamed this like over a year ago, and I think Theoden imprisoned me and then beheaded me. It was funny. We're not going to do that this time though. So I can already bend the Dunlendings. Do we want to go to war yet though? I haven't built my army yet. I can also rally the Uruk-hai. I think I already looked at this. And train in the crossbowmen. Okay. So I want to bend the Dunlendings. Ever since the defeat of Wolf at the hands of the Rohirrim centuries ago, the men of Dunland have become a fractured and feuding people. While somewhat primitive, they are strong and hardy folk with a rich history, kinfolk of the men who call me their liege in the valleys around Isengard. If I can secure their loyalty, I can use their numbers to bolster my army in the war to come. So I may vassalize and gain a strong hook on a duke in the de jure kingdom of the Dunland and support their efforts to unify their kingdom. If successful, I can gain Dunlending huntsmen, axemans, and horsemen. Oh, that's cool. I just need to pick which one I wish to support. I guess. Time to speak to my western neighbors. The petty kings of Dunland. Ever since the fall of Overlord the Wolf at the hands of King Frelif of the Riddermark, the men of the former kingdom of Dunland have been in disarray. Long fragmented into squabbling fiefdoms, its people have languished without a strong ruler, and yet the land is not without its more influential lords, with a number styling themselves as kings of their lands. If I were to lend my support to one of these would-be kings in exchange for their loyalty, I could bolster my army with their forces and secure my eastern-western border in one fell swoop. Yeah, that makes sense, because we want to go east, we need to secure the west, of course. However, talk of negotiating with these wild men leaves a sour taste in the mouths of many around me, like Gazmog, who fervently insists that I should instead strike out and use their division against them. So I could say Gazmog is right, and I get claims on everything in the Dunland, and maybe we let orcs inhabit everything. That could be an idea. Ooh, we could do this. Do I trust the word of Gazmog? Or am I beyond that? Do I see that these guys will be loyal allies? This is my first crossroad. How fully into the Uruk-hai do I want to go? I think I really want to go fully into them. Do you know what? Oh, but they're gonna ally together? Let's see. You lie close to Isengard and should be more easily swayed by my influence. Furthermore, his lands have been encroachments in the past from the kingdom of Riddermark that will more firmly align his aims with my own. I mean, the orcs wouldn't dare disobey me. I like the idea of going all out war, though. Do you know what? Gazmog is right. These backward men have nothing to offer us. Also, I just noticed this looks so bloody cool. Oh, I love the dynasty banners and whatnot. Right, can I make an army, though? I really want to make my army. I believe we do get some special events. King something's court now speaks Western. Oh, yes, there's a new part of the map, by the way. Guys, all the way down here. So if you want to see me play down here, give me your playthrough suggestions, because I'm not really familiar with the lore down here at all. But yeah, give me your playthrough suggestions, and if there's enough interest, I will make it happen. Right, let us unpause, we'll continue onwards. The Tower of Ulfang. Oh, 8 fort level, insane. Development growth as well. We get prestige, prowess per level of devotion, supply duration. We have some very strong buffs. So we already have stuff built here. It's pointless replacing this then, isn't it? I mean, yes. We have a shortage of materials. The orcs under my command have made quick progress in felling the ancient trees in the gardens of Isengard, and they have now begun work to delve into the very ground itself. As I gaze from my tower, I see shadowy pits forming in the earth below like pox in the once green landscape. My thoughts are interrupted as Gazmog enters the room behind me, a wary look on his face. He tells me that while work progresses well, they are beginning to run low on the supplies of timber required to support the ground overhead. As they delve deeper, I turn back to look down to Isengard, then up across the wide valley of Nan Kurudir beyond. I could tell them to venture beyond the walls and take everything that they need. So my orcs will take all they need from the county of Isengard, depleting some of its natural resources in the process. This is likely the quickest option, but we lose 5% taxes. I'm not a fan of that in the long run. Or we could seek out supplies from our neighbors. It costs us 150 gold. It takes a little bit of longer, but we won't be hurting ourselves in the long run. Do you know what? Let us seek supplies from our neighbors. When we're strong enough, we will take the gold back anyway. Also, I just remembered we have magic. Sorcery, I guess I should say. To prepare a dark ritual, you need to select the first location and then the spell. But I'll tell you what, I just realized the time. I'm going to wrap up the first episode there. I'm going to keep the episodes 30 minutes long. In the next episode, we're going to look at sorcery. And hopefully build an army fit to taking over Middle-earth. But guys, that is going to be it for today. If you're enjoying the video and you want to see more, please press the like button. Maybe leave a comment as well. It really, really does help the channel. But that's it. Thank you for watching as always. I'll see you next time.